The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, PB, JD, Top Shelf Talent.
As Maverick wants us to say, often imitated, never duplicated, but to say it out loud to the crowd, you ask me, Jackie Fargo want to come in here and knock the living snot out of him.
Well, he may get his opportunity, because there's a long line to knock the snot out of Top Shelf Talent. Up first, Knuckles and Knives.
Two young men just recently tied together for 2009 and are making a name for themselves in the OVW Tag Team locker room.
Their opponents, Rudy Switchblade, Johnny Punch, Knuckles, and Knives.
Knuckles and Knives and Maverick and Buck, Top Shelf Talent. The referee better keep his eyes open now as Buck and Maverick need a little room for Maverick to take off Maverick's outfit. Always speaking of himself in the third person, a little distressing.
It literally exhausts me trying to get a word with Top Shelf Talent. Literally exhausts me trying to talk to PB or JD. And they insist on calling me TB and then insulting me.
Look at this. The tip. I hate to think that.
Not that I've ever been to a club like that, but I think that's vastly inappropriate for the professional wrestling industry.
Well, that picture on the wall of Deja Vu was put there by somebody else, right?
Everything you've heard is only 3/4 true. But needless to say,
top 3/4 or the bottom 3/4? I have to ask.
Moving on. Top Shelf Talent, undoubtedly very talented, came in with a lot of hype. Some would say propaganda before their debut here in OVW, but they've delivered, man. They've had 2 matches, and they are victorious in both of them. This is their stiffest competition. Rudy Switchblade, Johnny Punch, Knuckles and Knives.
Right now, Rudy Switchblade, Knives, if you will, cranked on that left arm, but JD Maverick quickly in behind Knives, and Knives reverses it on Maverick. Maverick reversing almost too quick to call. One reversal after another.
Good luck trying to guess what Rudy Switchblade is going to do next when you're in there tangling up with him. The guy is so versatile. He is so worldly. He's competed all over the globe, and now come to the place where the best come to compete, OVW.
And here comes Johnny Punch, a.k.a. Knuckles, the cover on Maverick. Maverick kicks out. And quickly on that left arm goes Knuckles. Oh, the knee into the gut from Maverick, drags Knuckles over, tags in Pat Buck.
PB, as he prefers to be called now. I guess it is kind of catching, PBJ. You know, working on that arm, torquing the wrist, vying for that wrist control, bringing down Johnny Punch. How about the history here? These 2 former tag team partners, Johnny Punch, Pat Buck, and now defunct Gothic Mayhem, and they're squaring off. You know, they say it's a very dangerous situation, squaring off against a man that used to be your tag team partner, because who knows you better?
Well, that's true, but if you ask me, the best thing Johnny Punch ever did was get himself away from Gothic Mayhem and the likes of Buck, because Buck has been nothing but trouble. The way he stuck the knife in the back of the Iron Man Rob Conway this past year, the big cage match that we had when he turned on everyone in OVW locker room.
Well, Pat Buck's out for one person and one person only, and that's PB. JD's out for #1 himself, and that's JD. Maybe that's why they function so well as a unit.
Maybe they changed to those initials so they can text each other easier.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
LOL. No longer his BFF. See, I know some of that stuff. My granddaughter teaches me.
You're a man of the new millennium, my friend.
As long as my granddaughter tells me what to say.
There's the boots into the back, tag into JD, making his presence felt here on Johnny Punch. Dean, you've been here for a long time, man. You've seen every era of OVW. You've seen all of tomorrow's superstars today. Can you remember a time where tag team competition was literally hitting the boiling point? You can almost feel it in the air here in OVW. We got Knuckles and Knives, Top Shelf Talent, the Bullshit Hicks, the Insurgency, Fatal Lambda Psi. Let's not forget Totally Awesome and the Southern Tag Team Champion, Scott Cardinal and Dirty Money.
I'll have to agree with you, Tim. We have had a lot of great tag team talent. One here, one there. But as far as overall, I mean, talk about tag team after tag team after tag team here in the OVW locker room. This is probably one of the best years we've ever had in OVW. And I'm telling you right now, you just keep tuned to your screen, because the evidence, as my mom used to say, the proof will be in the pudding. Every single tag team out here is worthy any given night, on any given Sunday, if you will, to take the Southern Tag titles.
There's those double knees by Pat Buck. Hooking that far leg. 2. Near fall on Johnny Punch. And that's what I'm saying. You can feel it in the air. There's a tangible buzz that eventually these tag teams are going to come to a head, and everybody is going to be on the hunt for those Southern Tag Team titles, one of the most prestigious titles in all of professional wrestling.
I mean, whether you're behemoths out here like Scott Cardinal, Dirty Money, or like agile, speed, high flying like a Totally Awesome was, and again, I'm not sure what the history is going to be for Totally Awesome and their well-being right now, because as far as I know, they've been virtually, you know.
That one's not about to boil over. That one is boiling.
1, 2.
The fish is frying in the kitchen as far as Totally Awesome and Scott Cardinal and Dirty Money are concerned. See Johnny Punch now trying to at least narrow the distance from his own corner as much as he can. And JD Maverick wisely with that front face lock, cutting Johnny Punch off from the homeland, which is a tag to Rudy Switchblade.
Over the top, grabs the head of Johnny Punch. Oh, and a little time to style and profile. And if you ask me, that does not serve Top Shelf Talent very well. The opportunity was created right there. Buck could have ended this, but he's given Punch the opportunity. Comes back up and puts the knee kick into the side of the head of Knuckles.
We've seen Buck, PB, if you will. Yeah, a little bit of the Buck stomp. He's really upped his arsenal somewhat, employing more fancy footwork. Kind of a little bit of mixed martial arts involved in there. Hook of the leg. And it served him well. It served him well in this somewhat of a rebirth here in OVW, now tagging up with JD in Top Shelf Talent.
Quickly in behind on Johnny Punch. Punch needs to get himself, Punch needs to rotate himself into that hold if he can, and get over to Rudy Switchblade, who you see trying to get the momentum going in the background. Punch up to one knee, Punch back up to vertical base. Can Punch work his way? Oh! Drags Buck out of this. Here's the opportunity, but Buck quickly has the wherewithal to grab that leg and hold on for all he's worth.
And that's what a tag match is, 90% of wherewithal. You got to know at all times where you are in that ring, how far your partner is, how quickly and often and frequently you can make that tag to keep each other fresh.
Speaking of fresh, here comes Switchblade. Punch able to get over there. The short Irish whip reversed by Pat Buck. Oh, and off comes Switchblade.
Switchblade rolling with the momentum. There's a high kick by Pat Buck. Oh, man. Forget about it. That'll just knock the wind out of you. And that following up will complete the mission. Covered.
JD in to break the hold, and Johnny Punch comes in and meets JD. One flipper forearm after another. Rudy Switchblade grabs Pat Buck. Oh, there's going to be a short clothesline over the rope there. JD Maverick saw that coming. Pat Buck, oh man.
What an agility maneuver that I don't even know what you call it.
Spinning roundhouse,
yeah,
I believe.
I guess so. It made contact. We've seen this before. But we haven't seen that before. The counter, Top Shelf, shoulders down. And that performance was anything but Top Shelf. They suffer their first loss.
Here are your winners, Knuckles and Knives.
I don't know if it was intentional or from the look on